After waiting 40 days, I finally received this package from Uniball, and the reason I'm so darn excited is because this package contained one of the most sought-after pens in the world, arguably, and definitely the US, and it's the Uniball Zento Signature Model .5 tip. And the reason I'm so darn excited about this pen is because, one, I mean, just look at it. It's absolutely stunning. I really honestly fell in love the first time I stumbled upon these pens online, and I just had to have one. But not just the looks, right? Not just the matte black and the brushed metal on the plastic, but it's the magnetic aluminum cap that it has. It has one of, if not the most satisfying clicks I've heard in a very long time. Just give it a listen. Yeah, it's addicting, and I cannot stop fidgeting with it ever since I unpackaged it. But other than the obvious, unique awesomeness of the aesthetics that this pen provides, other than that, there is another reason I'm excited for it, and it's to try the Zento Flow ink, the new formula by Uniball. The price of this pen is $28.99, at least in the US. Market price is $28.99, just around $30. And that might sound ludicrous to some people that can't imagine spending more than a couple bucks on a standard pen. I mean, you won't find this in Walmart. You probably won't ever find this in a retail store. The Zento Flow ink, it does not disappoint. It lives up to the hype. And I don't think I went into detail about the Zento ink, so let me just show you what it says on their website here. It features a stress-free, soft writing experience and clean lines with minimal bleeding. It acts like a cushion between the ball of the pen tip and the paper, reducing frictional resistance when writing. Attraction particles that prevent ink from spreading or bleeding. By attracting inks to each other, they prevent lines from bleeding or showing through the other side. I used it for about 30 to 45 minutes consecutively without really pausing, because I wanted to give it a good, hefty test, at least for a first writing session with it. It definitely wasn't scratchy whatsoever. It was a smooth, nice gel pen experience. I would probably put it up there with the Energel, the Pilot G2s, the Parker refill, a lot of the most well-known gel refills. I mean, this is right up there. But the reason this one stands out to me above those even, at least, I mean, who knows, maybe I'm writing that high because I just used it, but I would argue that this is better than those other alternatives because there is no railroading. There is no inconsistencies or skipping with the ink. And that's why I was so excited about this, trying this formula, because everything I heard about this online and seen myself is it's so consistent. I can't say that I've ever used a pen that has been more consistent than this Zento, at least in my first experience with it. Obviously, I still have a lot more, breaking in that I need to do with this pen to see how it really, really holds up. And like I mentioned, since I did use it for about 45 minutes straight, I didn't experience any cramping in my hand whatsoever because it had a thick, comfortable grip, or really just a thick pen overall. But I would highly recommend this for long writing sessions. I mean, I already have one in the books. And then another pro I obviously have to mention is the aluminum cap and really the magnetic cap mechanism as a whole. Not just because it sounds great and that it's a great fidget, because it is, but the way they design this pen is it offers a lot of balance when it comes to using the pen and the weight balance. So when you take the cap off, it's very light. It's super light. It's almost too light for me. So I highly recommend using this pen with it posted, because when you post this cap and you write with it, you truly do have the perfect weight balance. I think that contributes to why it's so comfortable to write with. And then straight up, after using this pen after my first writing session, it just feels like a pen that's more than $28. It truly does. It feels, I use a tactile turn on the regular, and that's a $100 pen right there. And I can honestly say this feels as good, if not better. Again, maybe I'm riding the high of just unboxing this thing and using it. But seriously, for this to be $30 and the tactile turn to be $100, there's not a big enough difference there, at least in comfortability for me, to justify this pen not being equal price to the tactile turn. And again, arguably this might even be better. I mean, I'm just being honest. This seriously has the potential for being my new daily driver. I don't want to make that bold of a claim though. Right now, I want to really break this thing in and see how it holds up to really my my daily life and a little bit more experience. So now let's go to the cons. It is a little bit on the smaller side. For those of us with bigger hands, I can confidently say it is a bit small. It's not a huge deal because of everything I just mentioned. Again, it has a thick grip. It's overall a thick pen and really solid weight balance while using it. So I feel like those things help eliminate that uncomfortable, small pen feeling. Because if this thing was thin, if this was like a slim pen, this wouldn't be for me. I'll tell you right now. And again, the aluminum cap helps the weight balance when you have it posted when you're writing. So it's really not that uncomfortable, but it is noticeable. I do have bigger hands, but not super huge hands. But just a fair warning for anyone who is not a fan of smaller pens, especially if you have bigger hands. It's something I honestly didn't expect. I didn't really look into the size of it when I ordered it. And I was kind of surprised how small it was. It's not, again, not a deal breaker, but definitely something I wanted to mention if you are interested. Then secondly is just the lack of availability of these things. You can't find this pen in stock anywhere. You go on JetPens, nothing. You go on the Uniball website, nothing. Amazon, nothing. I mean, you're not going to find these in stock, at least at the time of me making this video. You're not going to find this pen anywhere. And that's what it's frustrating because this pen has been out for a good amount of time. And the only reason I even was able to get one is because there was a small window that I found just out of complete luck one day on the Uniball website. I seriously was checking every single day at random moments throughout the day to see if they restocked this pen. And one of those times, it was showing as stocked. So I immediately put one of these in my cart and ordered it. And literally not even a few minutes after I placed my order and my card was charged, I get an email from Uniball telling me that, oh, we're sorry, we're actually out of stock, but you ordered before we could update it on our website. So that was lovely to find out that I ordered and spent money only to find out they don't even have any in stock. But that brings us to today, about 40 days later from that interaction, and they were finally able to get a stock in and send me one upon my first initial order, and I even got a little bit of a refund, so I really only ended up spending about 20 bucks for this. And if you look on eBay for this thing, scalpers are ridiculous with these prices. I don't recommend paying for, I think on eBay it's going for like $80 to $100. And if you really, really, really want one of these, you can do it. And I'll admit, I almost did it myself. I'm not going to lie. I almost spent about 70 to 80 bucks because I just couldn't find these anywhere and I was tired of waiting. But I got extremely lucky that one time on the Uniball website. But I do recommend waiting it out if you can. I totally understand if you can't, but definitely don't go too ludicrous. And here I have a little bit of a size comparison on a couple pens that I've been using as well, just out of my pencil bag lately. And I have just kind of a regular, I think I got this pen at Daiso when I went to California a couple weeks ago. It's kind of like a Muji gel pen. And then I have my tactile turn, which was my daily driver, but now it's kind of a competition going on there. And then I have the Uniball 1P, the mini version of the Uniball 1. And then I have just a standard Pilot G2. So this is just kind of to give you an idea of what the size and length looks like compared to other really standard pens. It is a little bit smaller, than your standard Pilot G2 or, the tactile turn or even the gel pen. But it is a little bit longer than the Uniball 1P. And on the topic of the Uniball 1P, I want to mention that the Uniball 1 ink is very solid, right? And I think the refills even fit inside this Zento body, but the Zento ink compared to the Uniball 1 ink is just such a considerable upgrade that I don't think I'll ever be going back to the Uniball 1 ink because of the skipping. The Uniball 1 is so inconsistent. When it works, it's fantastic. It's one of the best inks, and it's so vibrant. But it skips so much, and I can't stand that about the Uniball 1. But with the Zento, I feel like they solved that problem. It's not as vibrant of a black. It's not as dark of a black, but there's no skipping. There's absolutely none with the Uniball Zento, and I can't emphasize that enough because I've never experienced that while using really just a regular gel pen. So I'm kind of geeking out, not just for this pen, but also the Uniball Zento Flow ink. Overall though, those are my first impressions of the Uniball Zento Signature model. I hope this was somewhat helpful for you if you are interested in getting one of these. I hope that they refill stock soon for you, because I understand. I understand how painful it is to wait for a pen that you really want. And again, I got super lucky that I was able to order one of these. And even then, that order was a fluke. So it just kind of worked out. I got extremely lucky, but it's only a matter of time before these are in stock again. So keep an eye out if you are interested. I can't thank you enough for stopping by. If you're still here, please, 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 please be sure to drop a pen emoji. That is absolutely insane if you're still here. I appreciate you so much, and I see you. Thank you so much. I will catch you in the next one. Later.